Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We start this one off in Epsom. I'm just coming up to a red light. We're looking at the guy to my right in the white shirt here. It's early in the morning. I think he's had a few too many drinks last night and is still feeling the effects. He crosses the road on a red man. The thing I have the issue is he doesn't look once to the left and look out for the slip. He tripped over nothing. Next up we got this guy behind me. I'm doing 40 miles an hour. He's been behind me for quite a long time at that sort of distance away from me. We're turning right at this roundabout, so why he goes in the left hand lane I do not know. And I will speed this up, but I'll only speed it up double time. Normally I speed it up at 5 times the speed, but I'll only speed it up once for the person that feels sick while watching it. So we're speeding it up a little bit here till we get to the next roundabout. It's still too close. It's a 40-mile-an-hour road. It doesn't take me long to get to 40 miles an hour, but it's not fast enough for him. The van in front is pretty much doing 40 miles an hour as well, because I'm doing 40 and I'm not catching him. The van is turning right up there, but he is out too early, just like the last video, like I was. Now, check out the time. It's 9 minutes past 7. 12 minutes past 7. There he is, waiting at the lights. He got a long way driving like a complete fool, didn't he? Now, next up, I'm in Kingston, going round their one-way system. It's a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. I am in the middle lane. I'm not lane hogging or anything like that, because you'll see in a minute the sign that says that all lanes go in different directions, basically. There we go. But we're looking at the Mr. Cool in the Tesla. Sorry, I mean Tit in a Tesla. Now he's not going where that lane says he should be going. Oh no, he should be over on the left-hand lane to where he's going. But they got different ideas, haven't they, Tits in Teslas? And he can't even take the bend properly neither. He ends up in the middle lane by about a foot anyway. But they're gambling on a space being there. After that bend, there isn't a great deal of road to actually get over to the left hand side, so it's a big gamble. And yes, I do block up this keep clear sign because I didn't expect the car in front of me to leave such a big gap in front of the bus, but it was only there for about half a second. I do clear it this time. This is at the same junction, believe it or not. I do clear it this time. We're looking over to the left hand side near where that van is, and just behind the traffic lights you'll see there's a green man for pedestrians to cross the road where that van is. Now we're looking to the left again for that bike. Doesn't look once, straight through up onto the pavement, but if you see over there, that what he's on is a cycle path. Believe it or not, that is a cycle path. Look at the state of it. There's bumps and lumps all over the place, lampposts, traffic lights, pedestrians, everything in the way. It's one of the worst cycle lanes I've seen. And Kingston is quite new with their cycle lanes as well. They've had a massive refurb round there of cycle lanes, and they are all absolutely shocking. So just when you feel sorry for them, you see this.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. I've got this feeling so appealing for us to get.
Now next up, we're looking at this Mercedes behind me. I don't know why it can't see what I can see in front of me. I think maybe we need to have some more eye tests to be on the road. I don't know. I just don't know why it can't see it. So he's doing nothing wrong at the moment. This is a 30-mile-an-hour road. In a second you'll see me pull out to overtake something. And he follows. Nothing wrong in that. Eventually follows. He even indicates. Well done. So I overtake that car, then the van, and now I'm staying out here to overtake something else, but he pulls in and goes to undertake me. But there's a car there, in front of him. Why couldn't he see that? So obviously he's back out. He's even looking at the cars like, where the fuck did you come from? So then he pulls in again and then undertakes me. Now, before anyone gets on my case, I am in the correct lane for where I want to go. Look at the signs. And he did go to Yule, so there's no biggie about him undertaking me really, because he is turning left and I'm going straight on. Again, you can see just up there that there was a right turn only lane. Now this car behind me, who is struggling to keep it in the lane anyway, for some reason, can't see that. Now why can't he see that? Or doesn't he want to see that and just wants a queue jump? I'm guessing queue jump. I think he saw it perfectly well. Just can't be bothered to wait like the rest of us. Special. It's another special one. Now when you come to a bend and there's two lanes going round that bend, there's generally two lanes after the bend. I don't think my car's going to fit in that gap, do you? Good cornering. Good cornering. There's lines on the road to give you some idea of where you're supposed to be, and you still can't get it right. Now in this clip, the camera is on purposely zoomed in and at a funny angle to catch something. As I come around this bend, you'll see she's miles away from the stop line. I wonder why. Why's her head down? Oh yeah, the dreaded mobile phone again. Now in this clip, I've got a couple of cyclists in front of me. They're riding side by side, which they're allowed to do. They've obviously read the highway code that they're allowed to do that. But their positioning isn't great. The poor guy in the blue is in the bloody gutter. So the guy in the red top should be further over to the right so his mate can be further out of the gutter. It's not rocket science. But when you see cyclists riding side by side, you've obviously know that they've looked at the highway code to know that they're allowed to do that. It's a shame they don't follow all the rest of the rules that they're not allowed to do, like riding on the pavement. And the reason they're doing it is because they're not turning left. They want to go down there. And there's no road from where we are that goes down there. So you can cross at the crossing. But they should be dismounted. They should be off their bikes. And you know that these are the type of people that will be quoting, we're allowed to ride two abreast and we want our 1.5 metres. Which is fair enough, but they don't see this part of what they're doing is wrong. So next up is this roundabout again that keeps popping up. It seems no one seems to know that it's priority to traffic approaching from the right. That's what it says in the highway code. It also helps if you indicate on a mini roundabout. It just helps the traffic flow. So we're looking over to the right first of all for a Range Rover. The white one over there. I'll highlight him in a second. That one there. He's turning left. We could be going, or the car in front of me could be going if he was indicating. Now we're looking over to the left. The two cyclists. One of them is looking. What are they looking at? Priority to the right, yeah? But they do go single file so I can give them their 1.5 metres. Unreal. So as you can see, these traffic lights, we've got a green light, but we can't go, so the pedestrian goes. Now we can go, we've got a red. I say we've got a red. So I will speed it up now, only by 0.2, rather than 0.5, which I normally do. Hopefully you'll be alright to not be feeling ill with this. Now you can see that bike lane to the left hand side of me. Now if you're in that bike lane, you do not have to stop at that red light. But if you're on the road, like this clown, you do have to stop at the red light. Scrape through there. Now you have to stop, mate. Oh no, you don't, do you? Because you're a cyclist. Now as we go to this bend up here, when we're all turning right here, the road goes into 3 lanes. 2 lanes go straight on and the left hand lane does a left turn only. Now that cyclist is in the left hand lane, but he's not turning left. Should he not be in the middle lane? Maybe in the centre of it now, with the new rules and that? Now he's slowing us up to turn left, but then when he does decide to get into the correct lane, he just goes. And that car in the middle lane pulls out into the outside lane in front of the other car to get out of his way. And now the car in front of me just decides to go through a red light as well to top it all off. That's 2, mate. Been gone through already. Now another thing that I see quite often nowadays is people jumping red lights but not on purpose. They're missing the filter light. This white van in front of me, that's going through a red light because it hasn't paid any attention to the filter light. Just notice the guy over there still waiting. It's just a lack of concentration. Someone would have gone for a red light there.
I thought you were getting in the mood for a chicken biryani. No. You've not heard this song before? Smack that. What? Never heard it? Smack that. No.
Oh, well done, mate. Well done.
No.
What a fucking cretin.
Oh, trust me, I'm being honest.
Well done, mate. Good job.
Alright.
Now in this clip, we're looking at the lorry in front of us. We're coming up to this roundabout and it decides to move out into both lanes. Now if you look further up at that green lorry up there, it doesn't need to do that, but it does mount the pavement. So maybe this lorry in front of me does know it's a bit sharp and he's mounted the pavement before. Now I've got a Toyota next to me that seems to think that it wants my lane as well, and it keeps moving over to my side. You'll see it better from the rear camera. So we had one lorry that went up the pavement there. This one needed 2 lanes, and when we go to the rear you'll see a bit more about that Toyota there. This camper van also mounts the pavement, and you'll see the Toyota there just get closer and closer and closer to me. And I don't know why. He has plenty of room on his side. And I don't know why this camper van hit the curb. All on one roundabout. All at the same time. Unusual behaviour from cars. Look, the Toyota now is coming over the line. It keeps coming. And the camper van hits the curb. Now in this clip, it's another mobile phone user. I spotted him a mile off. If you're going to use a mobile phone, mate, get a fucking smaller head. Look at the size of that head, and it's looking down at his mobile phone. Now in this clip, it's just your normal car that thinks that red lights don't apply to them.
The game in a penalty shootout by rotating his squad to have a look at a group of players that he's only ever going to find out by playing. Would you have preferred for him to have rotated to have a look around, because there's going to be players... Should he have done that in pre-season? Come on, pre-season is vastly different than playing in a meaningful...
You're welcome though, mate. You're welcome. Don't mention it. Just look at me as if I'm fucking nothing. Arsewipe. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.